Things I wish I knew before leaving Nigeria. I felt a bit nostalgic a few days ago, and then I got compelled to making this video for those about to leave Nigeria for greener pastures. Might not even be to Russia, maybe to like other European countries and everything. Though Jackpot season and everything. I mean, I won't blame anyone for leaving, honestly. But be sure to know that the new life you're about to start is gonna be a difficult one from the beginning. But with this few points of mine, you might be able to find it a bit easier. I'm a fourth year medical student in Russia right now, and I think I have enough experience to share with you these things that I experienced beforehand. I'm gonna keep the small talk like small because we have a lot to discuss today. So the first thing I'll be hitting on is bring as much food as possible. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a foodie, but this was the one big mistake that I made. I remember packing my bag. I had two main bags, and one was stuff solely for natural hair products, for hair stuff, everything that deals with hair. Other one was half clothes and half food. I mean, I was so eager. I mean, I was a teenager then. I was so eager to leave Nigeria, to be free, experience life in a new dimension. And I was like, I would get used to the food they're eating here. That was mistake number one I made. I had no knowledge about where I was coming to. I didn't even know the food you're eating, but I was like, can I just quickly, I'll get used to the food. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been almost 5 years now, and the food, I have not gotten used to it. I can't even get used to it. I don't even bother trying. But anyways, today's not about me. Today's about you not making that mistake. So try to bring as much food as possible. The hard truth is that the food you bring, no matter how much it is, it won't last you till you leave the country you're living right now, you're about to get to into. But still have enough spices, have enough ingredients that you'll be able to manipulate your way. You feel that taste of home. Trust me, right now, I would give anything to eat a proper made food like from home. Like literally, I would give anything to do that. No money though, I don't have money. So regardless of the country you're about to go to, just know that their normal food there was not designed for the African palate. Except you're different, I guess, or except you're lucky and you find like a lot of like African stores you can literally go to and everything. But then the problem about this thing is you can't eat African food in a non-African country every day. Why? Because these things are really expensive. No sense in you buying this thing every time. I mean, there might be times you might just, feel like, but it's gonna be an everyday stuff, right? But you would be fine. So that being said, the first thing is to bring as much food ingredient as possible. Point two, before you leave, is to establish a very good support system back at home. So what does the support system entail? It could be a group of friends you probably spent life with. It could be a childhood friends. It could be anybody literally. But don't cut off every single person because you're going to need those people. Trust me. The first 6 months to 1 year is going to be very difficult, especially when you're going to a country in Europe, right? They don't speak English as their like general language, and you would just feel like left out. So it's very important for you to have a support system back at home. People you can tell your woes, people that you know that they'll encourage you, they'll be there to listen to you. So very important, have a good support system before you leave. Don't be on bad terms with everyone before you leave. You should have that circle that you trust. I still am in touch with like several people from Nigeria, and we talk like regularly. Not every day, but we talk regularly, and we're very free to like share stuff, discuss stuff that they might actually not have an idea about, but I'm always ready to share with them. They're ready to listen to me, and I feel like it's very important. It's one of the things that has kept me going. So we've talked about having a support system back in your home country, but when you get to Russia, to try as much as possible to have people around you. This is different from having friends. For you to determine who your friends are going to be is up to you, is up to your standards. But you have people that you can quickly run to for help, for advice or something. They might not necessarily be in your very close circle, but you never know you need help from any day. So don't be so tight on people. Like, you don't have to say no to everything. We'll get there. At the same time, you should be familiar with seniors, be familiar with people that have gone through what you're about to start, right? Be familiar with people that know this thing, so you just be able to get experience ideas from different people, and then you mix it together and you find whatever works for you. And also, when you get to Russia, don't try to mingle only with those from your country. It doesn't make any sense in my own opinion. Don't try to be friends with just people that you're familiar with, people that you came together, or people that like speak your own language. Try to be open. Try to be open to other people. Trust me, because I've been able to associate with like several people from several countries, and I would say this to you: everyone, literally, regardless of wherever you are, we're the same. We're all humans. There's always the good and there's always the bad. So it's not limited to where you're from, right? Even where you're from, there's still the good and the bad, right? But they're also very sweet people that you can find outside of Africa, outside of what you're familiar with, and they're also bad people you find outside of that. So you get my point, right? So don't judge people based on the fact that, oh, I don't speak the language, or I've not had anything to do with them before. Try something new, give them a chance, right? And if they fail it, then move forward. When you seek friendships with people outside of what you're normally familiar with, it gives you a broader sense of how other parts of the world perceive like other parts of the world. So go for the heart, not the identity. So the next thing I'll be talking about is your actual study. I know most people jackpot these days because they want to pursue a higher degree of education or something like that. So here's the thing: failure is not the end of the road. Failure isn't always a bad thing. Coming from someone that's failed a lot of times in this same med school, but still, it's not the end. The end is when you decide to give up. Keep on trying and keep on trying and keep on trying and keep on trying. Failure is telling you that you can do this better. Like, this is not your maximum potential. Like, you can still do more until you get it. So for those that are coming particularly to Russia, the educational system is a bit different from what you know back at home in Nigeria or in Africa in general. They have this 5-grade system. The lowest you can get is 2 compared to a 0 back at home, or an F, and the highest you can get to the 5 and 8. Okay, I'm going to explain briefly. So 2 is considered a 0 literally, but they believe that a student cannot get a 0 because there is no way a student will not know anything, right? So the least you're gonna get is 2. But once they give you a 2, it's a fail. Like, you have to try it again. So it's not to break your heart, but you still got a 0. A 3 is C. It's considered a C. Sometimes if you get a 3, you'll be very happy. Sometimes if you get a 3, it's gonna break your heart. But it just depends on the context. B can be rated as a 4. A 4 is okay. Then a 5 is an 8.20, 3C, 4B, and then 5A. That is how like it's graded. As a medical student, I don't know about other like courses, other disciplines, but as a medical student, you get to take tests on like your courses every single week. Yes, every single week. So it's like they keep drilling you every single time. And this might sound like very terrible, but it also has a good like sense to it, because keeps making you to want to like study every time. And this test you get every week, you're not going to pass every single one of them every time, right? You're gonna get several tools, but it's fine. Like, they also let you to redo it. But the same thing with exams. So when you fail, you have the chance to resit for it. And if you fail the first time, you can do it the second time. And if you fail the second time, well, you can do it the third time. Unless it is very much unavoidable, you should try as much as possible to get it the first time, right? And I would say, for me, I would say that grades don't really matter. Still, like, don't focus so much on the grades that you forget exactly what you're studying, forget the purpose of what you're studying. You miss out on everything. Try to get good grades, but at the same time, not at the expense of your life. Still on this education issue, one mistake I made in my first and second years was I was very competitive with like my colleagues. I won't really blame myself that much, because all my life I've always been very competitive. Even in secondary school, I want to be this person, and I didn't know it was a bad thing for me. It might have a good side to it, like you want to like do more, but it's very toxic. I was feeling this envy raging inside me when someone was like a bit higher than I did, and then I had to like come to my sense, like, what exactly am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I ruining myself? Literally, the only competition you should be in or with is yourself. The only competition is for you to become better than you did yesterday. Don't be stagnant. And it's individual, it's personal, it's for you. You're not supposed to be in a competition with someone else. Like, you literally came to this world alone. You don't know the person before, like you guys met here. And why are you competing? Like, it's like bad energy. Like, it's not good. When you start realizing that, okay, the only competition I was myself. If I got a 3 today, okay, fine, I'll try to get a 4 next time or something. Not that, okay, this person got a 5, and then why did I get a 3? Okay, I'm going to have to get a 5 and something like that. It's very unhealthy, and you're going to like just push yourself too hard and you'd like almost lose it. My next point is the God factor. See, I'm gonna tell you, there are going to be very vivid scenarios that you're gonna find, and you're gonna like realize that these things are not natural, literally. Like for example, say you got like a higher mark than you were supposed to, like in a test or like exam, and you were not even prepared, or someone got like someone that didn't deserve it got something higher, and then you got lower or something, you were very prepared for it, something like that. So it could go two ways. Some people might call it like just coincidence or luck, but I don't believe in luck. I believe that everything happens for a reason. It's very okay for you to like try to study hard, try to get your stuff yourself, but it's gonna be much more easier if God is by your side. So no matter what you choose to be, life will be so much easier with God on your side. It doesn't even have to do with just school, like even with opportunities with other people, because you're in a no man's land literally, and you really don't know what's going behind the doors. You don't know what's working for you, what's not going to work for you. So just try to fix your relationship with God. The next thing I'll be saying, like drifting from the education part, is to have hobbies. Have hobbies that you actually like. What are hobbies? Hobbies are stuff that it's like a way of distracting yourself from things that would normally bring you stress and everything. For example, school, right? If you're a student. So having hobbies can help you in a very long way. I have like several hobbies that I like to do. There are a lot of stuff I like to do. I like to bake when I'm stressed. I like to sing, I like to do a lot of stuff, I like to record videos too. So try to find something that you're naturally good at, or something that you like enjoy like while doing it in the process. And also try to balance this with school. One should not affect the other. This should not affect like your performance in school, and your performance in school should also not affect this, right? You should also find time to live life as you're in a new place. Don't be so shy and don't be so open too at the same time. Find a balance. Try to meet with new people, try to find people that you have similar interests with. It's going to be difficult in the first few times because of your language and everything, but it's also going to help you, especially if you're learning a new language, to meet with people of the native language, right? You might not understand everything like at first, but well, you'll be able to communicate in a way or two and you get used to it, right? And you also improve like in practicing your language. So have hobbies, meet with people, don't be too tight, and also do not say yes to everything. This is very important. When you first come here, many people want to be friends with you, many people want to do a lot of stuff. They'll keep asking you like to come for programs or events or parties or stuff like that. It all depends on you. Just weigh your options. Don't be very quick to say yes. I know it's very easy for you to like just say yes, so people will leave you alone. But don't do stuff that you would regret. You would regret some things, but don't regret a lot of things, right? It's okay for you to tell them that you want to think about it. You don't have an answer for them yet. It's okay for you to say no. It's okay for you to turn down people. It's okay for you to turn down stuff that don't vibe with you normally. And don't let the unhealthy culture you find in that country to influence you. There are a lot of like negative stuff they do here, but it's fine. Just know it's very important for you to have an identity of your own. Do not follow the crowd. Just because you met seniors here or you met people that you can relate with, right? And then they because they do stuff, you're not compelled to doing stuff with them, right? Because people are going through this direction, you're not compelled to go through the direction. So have a mind of your own. Be able to think for yourself. It doesn't matter because everyone is doing it, then you have to do it. It's not done anywhere. So be able to know whatever works for you and stick to that. Okay, don't follow the crowd. The last thing I'll be talking about is to create memories. It's a phase of your life, right, where you have to be in a certain place for a certain period of time before you move again, right? So be able to create as much memories as you can, because it's going to go in a very long way. Try to document things, try to take pictures. You don't have to be a pro. Try to take videos, try to do stuff. Literally, don't live a life of regret that, okay, I wish I had done this when I had the time, right? You're still young. It's time for you to explore. It's time for you to make mistakes, but be also careful. Like, you should also have a limit. I mean, it's based on your discretion, right? It all depends on you, but know what works for you. Create limit. Travel, try to explore, try to know more about where you are right now. Do a lot of stuff that you'll be able to look back and say, okay, fine, I enjoyed myself. And lastly, be open to learn from anyone. Literally, it could be a young kid, it could be a very old person. It now depends on what you're going to assimilate into yourself. No one is an island of knowledge, so don't be too quick to saying that you know everything. And the road is long, yes, but you'll be fine. Yes, you'll be fine. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned one or two things. And if this was useful for you, you can also share to whoever you might think might be useful to too. Bye.